What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 34, and we start today's episode off with a reminder of the Europa League group we've been drawn into, Group D. Of course, the three teams we'll be facing over 6 games are Napoli, Feyenoord, and this team, Torpedo Moscow of Russia. So yeah, that's our Europa League group, and to be honest, I'm really excited. I really am. Obviously, when Europa League games come around in Career Mode, usually if you're a long-term sub of mine, you'll know that I don't tend to focus on the competition too much, but with West Brom this year, I am going to take it pretty seriously. I do want to have a good run in this competition, and getting through this group won't be easy. Napoli are obviously going to be a great side who I expect us to lose home and away to, and Feyenoord, they could be a very tricky team to face as well. But Torpedo Moscow, I checked the Russian league table just before this game to see how they'd been getting on. I thought, maybe as they're in Europa League, they might be a pretty decent side, coming up and looking quite good, but they're actually rock bottom of their table. So I came into this game away in Russia. I did make 7 changes to the side. Ade, Delph, Zambrano and Foster were the only players that stayed out there. The rest were rested, obviously, because we should be able to beat them home and away. Really, they're not that strong, right? At least I don't think they will be after how poor they've been so far in their league. And so I did make a lot of changes, although I did forget to show you the team sort of lineups before the game. Sorry about that. I was playing this game really late at night and my concentration was not at full capacity, so sorry about that. But all you really need to know is that Brown Ade was not dropped for this game. He did start and he did score. We took the lead 3.5 minutes in, and it was a really nice goal because Torpedo Moscow hadn't had a single touch of the ball by the time the ball was in the back of the net. Lovely passing move. Brunt plays it inside, and Brown Ade continues his fantastic start to the season and has now scored in every single game so far. It's another goal for our Nigerian striker, and this guy, man, seriously, every single shot seems to nestle in the back of the net. So we're already 1-0 up, and as I said, I did rest 7 players for this game because I fully expected us to get the win, but I couldn't afford to drop Brown Ade. I had to start him, and that's exactly why. So 1-0 up early on in this game, but Torpedo Moscow did have a chance there. The shot went wide, and then the 36th minute I give the ball away. It's another great chance for the Russians, but Foster makes a good save, and then the follow-up shot by Stiklov, or how we pronounce that, goes over the bar and out for a goal kick. So still 1-0, and we were looking very, not exactly comfortable early on, but every single time they came forward, even when they did get themselves inside the box and took shots, they didn't really look like scoring. Their finishing was quite poor, and in the 38th minute we work our way out the pitch here. Brown Ade collects the ball and cuts inside and shoots, but the goalkeeper denies him from another goal, and Anichebe's shot is blocked and put behind for a corner. So still 1-0, but both sides, they did have chances in the first half. They really did, but I think our finishing was kind of poor. That header was cleared off the line there, so we almost made it 2-0, but it was headed off the line and Torpedo Moscow did clear. But really there wasn't too much to start in the second half either. I guess the best way to explain this game was, yes, there were chances, but a lot were from long range, and the finishing boots weren't on really. Chris Brunt hit the bar from that free kick there, and as we get the ball away, Vieira wins the ball back here down this right hand side for Torpedo Moscow. We win it back with Patrick Roberts. Roberts collects the ball and finds Chris Brunt, who just hit the bar. He gives it to Julian Lescott. Lescott then plays it through towards Abita. Abita picks out Chris Brunt, who volleys the ball inside the area, but it goes wide and out for a goal kick. So yeah, there were chances, but really the finishing was quite subpar in this game. But in the 78th minute, Jason Davidson making one of his rare appearances for us. I'm sure you Socceroos fans will be happy. Left back wins us the ball back. We go on a counter. Chris Brunt collects it, slides it through towards Patrick Roberts. Roberts is 1-on-1 after he holds off the challenge of Salugin and finesses the ball into the corner. Celebrates in front of the travelling West Brom fans. Respect for them coming to Russia for this game. And it's Torpedo Moscow 0, West Bromwich Albion 2. So a 2-goal cushion with 11 minutes to go, and we are on course for the 3 points from our first Europa League game, which we fully expected. We fully expected to win this game, but you've got to do it. I always say that. It doesn't matter how easy the game should be on paper, you still got to get a result. So Patrick Roberts finesses the ball into the corner, and Roberts, obviously, with the addition of Wellington Silva and Mbine Yang to this team, is going to find it hard to get into the team on a regular basis, but when he gets the chances he needs to perform, and he was having quite a good game here, and again he's through for us here. Great chance. He plays the ball to Victor Anichebe, lovely back heel, and Jordan Abita, who's also been sort of dropped from the first 11, gets his first goal in a West Bromwich Albion shirt. What a lovely back heel by Anichebe. Didn't need to take a touch, just knew he was behind him, back heels it to Abita, starting at left mid in this game, and it is a great finish by Abita for his first goal in a West West Bromwich Albion shirt. So the points were sealed, but we put the icing on the cake later on with 2 goals through a couple of our young prospects coming through this side, and it's a lovely finish by Beta as well. You know, he's a very, very good left back / left mid, just a really good sort of left-sided player, I guess, Beta. But obviously now Creswell's come in, it's going to be harder for him to get into the side, and the fact is he's only grown 1 rating since we brought him at the start of the series, you know, and that's so frustrating. The last chance fell there, the header went over, and the game did finish Torpedo Moscow 0, West Brom 3. So great to get our first Europa League win after our first game. But yeah, with Beta, like, he's only grown 1 rating, and you know, we've talked about this a few times already in this series. You know, players just aren't really developing, or some players aren't developing the way they should. You know, Beta, you know, even though he has been dropped for this season with Creswell coming in as our starting left back this year, he's still been good in every, well, you know, 90% of the games Beta plays, he puts in a good shift. He got his first goal there. He regularly chimes in with an assist or, you know, a decent pass to start and move up. And the fact he's only grown 1 rating is so disappointing. Of course, Hughes as well, who's now gone on loan to Valenciennes, he hasn't grown a single rating, and it's kind of frustrating. Nastasic as well, worth pointing out, he was rested for that game as Lescott came in, but he's been good since coming in, hasn't grown a single rating, not a single attribute has increased even by 1, and it's so annoying, it really is. But it can't be helped, there's nothing I can do about it. I've just got to hope that, you know, one day in the future they will begin to improve. But still, I was very pleased to get the first Europa League win there, and we would be back to full strength for this game against Chelsea in the Premier League. So of course, you know, the Europa League, I will be taking it seriously, but of course the Premier League still takes top priority, as it always should, to be honest. And as Chelsea come to town, well, Chelsea last year finished just 1 place above us in the league. They finished 6th, we finished 7th. They had a very disappointing season, and as you can see by their lineup, Schwarzer, Oriol Romeo, Salah, Marco Marin, Loic Remy, you know, there were a few players there, such as Diego Costa, obviously, Cesc Fabregas, Petr Cech, no Courtois, you know, there weren't in this side, they were only on the bench at best. So I was sitting there thinking, you know, this could be a game with Chelsea not getting off to the best start this season either. This could be a game where we could shock Chelsea, like we did at Stamford Bridge, and get ourselves the result. But it was the former QPR man who almost gave Chelsea the lead early on. His header went just over the bar from Remy, and it was still 1-0. But one header would find the back of the net in the 19th minute, as Chelsea did take the lead through Marco Marin, who, you know, playing in a Chelsea shirt, I'm not exactly sure why, because usually he's not exactly a player that Chelsea seem to have too much of a future for, to be honest, as he keeps on going out on loan. And as Marin heads this in, well, at first I thought it's a good header, it was a really strong one, it clipped the underside of the bar and went in, but instead I watched it back on the replay, and look at this, it hits the bar, and Foster punches the ball into the side of the net, and I was sitting there thinking, Jesus Christ, Ben Foster, closet Chelsea fan or what? That is terrible, terrible goalkeeping. I mean, it's a mistake, and it's an accident, obviously, he doesn't mean to do it, but even so I'm surprised, because had he just not touched the ball, it would have just bounced down, and we could have cleared the ball away with Zambrano or Nastasic, but instead it just punches the ball into the side of the net, and it's West Brom 0, Chelsea 1. I'm sure that goal will be taken off Marin in the dubious goals panel, but he almost doubled his lead here in the 24th minute and doubled his goals tally, but Foster did make a save this time to deny him, and it's still 1-0. But in this game, Chelsea were breaking through at will, and I wasn't playing very well at all. They were looking very threatening every time they came forward, and Loic Remy had another great chance here, but the French striker's shot went wide of the post and out for a goal kick. So still West Brom 0, Chelsea 1. They were playing far better than us, and that's why in the 70th minute, as Hazard plays a great through ball into Salah, I was not surprised one bit to see him take his chance and make it West Brom 0, Chelsea 2. So Salah celebrates, it's 2-0 to Chelsea, and I wasn't playing well at all. I guess it's the Europa League hangover, it's the European hangover that a lot of clubs do get. You know, you just come back from playing an away trip, you know, obviously these games don't get played on Sunday like they should in real life, these are played on Saturday, so you only get 1 day before the next game, and so our players are a bit tired out there. Obviously there were, you know, most changes from the side in Russia, but even so, quite tired mentally and physically, and we just weren't performing. Another great chance for Chelsea there, which Foster saves, and it's still 2-0, and it was routine really from the lads from London. But in the 78th minute, Craig Gardner would find Saido Berahino, and we would get ourselves a goal back with 12.5 minutes to go, so possibly, just possibly, a chance to get ourselves a late point in this game and salvage something from the game. Lovely ball by Craig Gardner, and Saido Berahino is not going to miss that chance. Very, very good finish by a young striker, and he makes it West Brom 1, Chelsea 2. So back in the game, could we grab ourselves a late equaliser? Well, Kevin Savanier, our 16-year-old academy prospect, scout future star, comes off the bench, and he was involved involved in one of the last chances of the game as he roulettes around Eden Hazard, puts in a great cross. Brown today wins the header, but unfortunately the header goes just wide of Mark Schwartz's post and the Australian is untroubled. And unfortunately it was a loss. West Brom 1, Chelsea 2. The lads from London hold on to get the win, and it was frustrating really. You know, we didn't play well enough. I was very, very poor. We left it way too late if we were going to get anything from the game, and I guess it was just my poor defending really for the second goal in particular. The unfortunate goal was the first one. There was nothing I could do about that really, and just not a good performance on attacking from me. I didn't play well, and again for the second time this season the board come to us and say the last match didn't go well. The board want to reassure us that we're still the man for the job, but we need to perform a lot better. So very frustrating. 2 times already we've been given an email to say, you know, we've got to change things, otherwise the board may have to look elsewhere. But as always guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.